Yo, what's good, world family? It's your boy Unico Williams, and I'm back with another episode of What's the Trend? Man, man, have you just felt like you had a dream and it came true? What do they call that, Zell, man? What's it called?
Deja Alpha Vu?
Something like that. And with that being said, I find ourselves having an episode about people that we've already talked about. Oh, and we got Jada Pinkett Smith news. Do I hate my husband? We got Lil Boosie news. Does he hate the LGBTQ question mark community? And so much more. Delonte West, we praying for you. So I don't know. Let's get into it. So, man, how you doing today? I couldn't do this show without you.
You know I'm looking cute, I'm looking clean, and I'm looking sexy. And we here back with another episode of your favorite news show, What's the Trend? We here every Friday. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and all the followage of the Spotify, the Apple Music, the Apple Podcasts, whatever you on right now listening. Just hit that follow button real quick. Hear the soothing voices of the non-Hamiltons, because we sound nowhere near good as them.
So, man, let me hold on. First and foremost, we was doing our pre-production meeting because we professionals. That's what we do. And Zelmay pulled up this cup. Can you pull that up, man?
My cup, man.
So for the people that are listening, Zelmay pulls up an orange cup. It's the most iconic hood cup. Like, that's in every black person's house, not in mine.
Especially all black people. All black people.
And to be fair, I don't need very many cups in my house. This works for me. But if I was in a regular home with the kids and all that stuff and doing what I do, or just being, I gotta ask, with it being that kind of cup, what's in that cup?
Hey, bro,
not even that.
It's that Save Right. That Save Right orange juice that really don't taste like orange juice.
What it tastes like? This man says Save Right. What? Hold on. What that juice tastes like? It's orange juice. It's orange juice, y'all.
Bro, it's like that peach flavored orange juice. It's like tangy, like orange juice, but it got like a peach flavor. By the way, if you drink alcohol, I don't even drink. This ain't no alcohol in there, by the way. But if you did, that's what you get, dog. That's why the hood people always go to Save Right. That's why Save Right in every hood, dog. It ain't nowhere else but in really poor neighborhoods.
Hey, man, shout out to Save Right, man. That's a big part of my childhood as far as when I go to the South. It's a part of my adult life as well. I just came from Jackson in the summer, so shout out to the Williams family. You know how we do. Shout out to my Southern roots. That's what we do. We out here. But, man, that Save Right juice, man, it's different. I was already a picky drinker, like when it came to stuff, but when they stopped in that Save Right, my Aunt Rosetta used to hop up in there and get my cousin them get them drinks. You know, they had a few kids running around the house, so shoot, they got to make that last. Shout out to my cousin Justin. He used to drink the last. He don't care, but it is
80
what it
cent,
is.
dog.
80 cents.
It tastes nothing like orange juice.
Nothing like it, but it say orange.
It's orange flavored juice, dog. That tastes like peach.
If you drink that for breakfast, you a wild person, and that's a red flag right there. If you drink Save Right orange drink for breakfast with your waffles or your homemade good Southern good breakfast, I ain't mad at you, but it's a red flag though.
Yeah, but orange mixed with peach, dog. Okay, y'all know what to do. Loosen that little nasty flavor from. Never mind, Go ahead. All right.
So with that being said, a beautiful segue into how to save right. If you want to make sure that your divorce is just final, or you working on it, because Jada Pinkett Smith back in the news, back on her show, making headlines. They're actors, right? They're actors. Will Smith is an actor. Jada Pinkett Smith is an actor. She went to a very good acting school in New York with Tupac, who I always thought that he was a California thug spin. And it turns out that now, mind you, I don't believe they took this out of study to show thyself approved. We always use a Bible verse that we don't really too much use, but we use the ones that we tat. This is one that you tat. Study to show thyself approved, and you just don't worry about what else is being said after that. With that being said, Jada Pinkett Smith came out with some comments on Red Table Talk, and basically they were in a sense alleging that it is hard to maintain a sex life with Will Smith, her husband. Will has been put on the back burner, has been put in social media court many a time, and at this point, I think we take Will off the stand for this one. Jada's been a frequent on the stand lately. So, with that being said, if you feel the need to elaborate on what she was saying, if I'm missing some context there, Zelmay, by all means, the floor is yours, because I feel like we've been here before.
It's a constant theme. By the way, let me shoot her a little bell before I go into my diatribe. First off,
go for it.
If you listen to the whole thing, those headlines might trick you into the conversation they were talking about. Now, if you watch the whole thing, they was talking about maintaining a relationship long term, and it brung up, and it ultimately came out that she works hard because after a while, you expect things, and then you might not get it. But she said the same thing with her, but she's learning now to collaborate, to speak. I assume he knew he would know, but he doesn't. So now I have to communicate what I want now. So it's more into that whole subject of long-term expectation and things. So you have to listen to the whole thing. And that's just and that's the part for the ladies, because I know they're going to come in here and be like, y'all always hating on Jada doing this, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm going to give you that. I gave you what you wanted, right? I gave you the full context. I gave you, as Joe said, show thyself approved. I showed you, I listened to the whole thing. But now let me talk to what my problem is. This is my problem. This is consistent. We went over and said this is a deja vu thing. It seems like a constant degradation of Will in a way. Now, so you finna argue, how does it degrade him? They have an open relationship. They are doing that. He does things too. For what Jada does, Will never brings it up in public. So if she's doing something, he never brings it up. He never makes her look bad. And that's what my problem is. If we doing that and we just doing some toxic stuff for fun and we're in an open relationship, we just, oh, you a piece of shit. Oh, you a piece of shit. And that's how we get off. Cool. But when it's one-sided, I feel like there's a thing called a lack of respect. If you're dating me, right? I'm going to respect you. Therefore, I expect respect back. You're not going to cuss at me and throw derogatory terms at me, and I'm not doing the same because I'm showing you respect. Now, in this case, she's keep throwing these random little nuggets, despite what the overall meaning was. It's just little things. He doesn't satisfy me. That's like a public, like, again, I read Tupac letters every once a year on his birthday. My daughter cries wishing Tupac was alive because my mom is sad. Again, every time it means like, I'm like, and every dude looks at Will like, are you a man? And then I get what you're saying. I'm listening to you. Why should he care? He's comfortable. No one's comfortable in that position. Like I said earlier, Unico, if we just doing this as a thing against each other just for attention or whatever, just to whatever we doing, like something weird, people into weird thing. But if I'm not doing it to you because I respect you and you're not doing it back, they degrade me. And that's not degrading me for me and Unico. That degrades me for me. I can pretend like I'm okay because I love you. But in reality, I'm not okay. We see the meme how he be looking when she was talking, how that face was, Joe. It's a lack of respect. It's a lack of giving a man a chance to be a man. And we talked about on the dating show. Unfortunately, Joe wasn't there, so I want to hear his thoughts because he never got it off. But I said on it, if it's not worth it, man, get out. If she's not happy, she need to get out too. If Will's happy, she not, because apparently the way she talks once every 6 months on this show, she is not happy. So even if Will happy, she should still get out. Will, I have serious doubts that you're happy, but I don't know you. So maybe you don't mind it. But bro, she's unhappy. You just need to let her go and be happy. Something must be done. This can't keep happening. Bro, if every 6 months you tell everybody on earth that you're unsatisfied with something with me, or you're crying because a man that died when I was 5 and I'm 30, is the one source of happiness for me once a year, every time his birthday shows up, to the point that he even makes my kids want him back just to make the mom happy. There's something not right there. It's something. She's not happy. You're not happy. Joe, I'm gonna go back to you. You didn't talk on the dating show. Go back to the dating show. I expressed all this anyway, in a way, but I didn't go into this. Unico, do you want that Jada and Will love?
Bruh, this is the only thing that I have for them, that it might be okay. You're talking about sex and satisfaction and all that stuff. Maybe this is their kink. Maybe Will is like a submissive guy, and he has so much power now that he wants a different kind of attention from his wife. And they got this stuff all on the Pornhub and all that. You can go look it up, that dominatrix stuff, man. And maybe he just like being humiliated. Cause to me, what's going on? I mean, bruh, every time she do this, he drops a new YouTube video about some death-defying act, and it just make me feel like, just one time, can I just not defy it? Because like he's on top of the big bridge in United Kingdom, he's skydiving, he's doing all these things, man, and putting it on video. And I'm and I say that in jest, and we know that if you need help and you're having those kind of thoughts, make sure that you reach out to somebody, get you some help. You know the deal. I mean, that's not a funny thing, but I'm just saying, bruh. I mean, after she dropped crazy stuff, he dropped something, and without her, she's not there. He just go to camera crew and he just do something wild, like climb up stuff. So where I'm at with all this, man, I mean, we have plenty of episodes about talking about what it is to be a man and all that stuff. And I can't feel Will's shoes when it comes to his success. I can't feel them right now. Is that a possibility? Maybe. But the thing is, at this very moment, I can't feel those shoes. So I can't speak much on the success aspect and what happens when you become successful and things get a little boring or whatever whatever the case may be. But what I can say is this. From my image and view of a man is, baby, we got to talk. You can't just go out here. When it came to the red table talk, and then he agreed to go on there and talk about that and talk about the entanglement, man, you got to keep that stuff in the crib, man. And I think in a lot of black families, and I know there's some things that it's wrong for us to keep in, from a like the mental health aspect, and we'll just pray about it, that kind of stuff. That's some of that stuff. No, you really need some help. But it's some stuff you do keep at the crib. And she should have just let it be alleged that, and let August Alsina say what he wants to say. But at the same time, they're millionaires, they're rich. So at the same time, they could have really been using that whole situation to make more money for the family. But I look at it like this. Will walks into his house where his wife hates him. His daughter, she's been taught to dislike him more than Tupac. If she had to choose, I guess she chooses Tupac. And then he has a son that he just get blowed and just be like, I'm about to go hang out with Kid Cudi. Y'all handle that stuff. That's just too much, man. Look, I did Karate Kid, bruh.
Stop, bro.
I did Karate Kid. I did not 7 pounds, whatever. What was that? Pursuit of Happiness. I did that with you, man. Can we just we made a lot of money off of that. Just let me just go get blow with Kid Cudi and make music and go about my business, and you and mom can handle that.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. That's kind of weird though, cause he was Jaden's friend. Like, just imagine you take your friend to like a dude like similar, like maybe a little like 2 or 3 years older than you. Well, I don't know how much older than him, but he hang out with you and then you take him home and your mom just, just sleeps with him. Like, what? Like, mom, I just brought a friend home. Like,
but again, that's how blow my man be. My man be blow, bro. Like, it's like he didn't even realize it was happening. Like,
and that's another thing why I don't like it public. And they can do what they want. I'm not God. I can't tell you what to do. I always tell people that I'm not God. There's a lot of people on the internet like to pretend to be God and like to pretend like they perfect and like to put everybody down. But I'm gonna just tell you, it's affecting your kid. Cause the fact that Willow even said the fact that she cried and wish she would come back to make her mom happy, she got that from somewhere, and that's gonna affect her too. That's gonna affect all your kids. They see that weirdness, right?
while Will was out making all them movies with every ethnicity but black, as far as females go, that's what was going on. Willow and Jada was talking.
But like I said, I'm not God. They can do what they want. Maybe they like it, but the kid, like, I'm gonna sound like our boy that we're gonna talk about again. Think about the kids, man. Think about the kids, man. Man, think about the kid, man.
That's what we on, man. That's where I'm at. We that thinking about the kids, and the kids, they're not kids. So
Still affecting them, man. Think about the kid, man.
one don't care. I'm gonna tell you that now. One don't care.
Maybe that's why you don't care, man. Think about the kid, man.
It is what it is. What it is. But speaking of kids, man, hell, Boosie. I'm just not quite understanding what's going on with Boosie. We're all talking about Jada and Will, how they're going apart. And we're talking about the growing relationship that is Lil Nas X and Boosie at this point.
The most toxic one.
It's toxic and nobody can get away with it. And it's even bringing people's brothers involved. So Nas X brother had to actually jump into this. Let Zelmay tell you why.
Apparently, and we know Lil Boosie has a very big problem with Lil Nas X. He randomly brings his name up. By the way, I saw a lot of y'all commenting that Lil Nas X started this. Me and Unico is living proof. No, Lil Nas X did not. We done did 4 shows that Boosie randomly brought his name up and Nas X never mentioned him not one time. So if a man mentioned me 17 times before I mentioned him once, I did not start it.
A quick shout out. I want to give a shout out to Gary with the T for helping me be like this. Like, even though it's been happening, you still report it. So there we go. Go ahead. Shout out to Gary with the T. We love you, Auntie.
Yeah, but basically how it started was Lil Nas X is on live, and every time he's on live, a bunch of dudes in the chat always mentions Boosie. Because people on Instagram are literally trolls and bots who just say, hey, look at me, I'm a rapper. Or they'll just say something to troll you. Relentless. Just go on any Instagram live with a girl and they all like, hey, show me your... No, like, that's all it is. It's like some random troll stuff. Yeah. So like when Boosie go live, they all mention Lil Nas X. So when Lil Nas X go live, they mention Boosie because people just want to start shit. So they mentioned Boosie, and Lil Nas X said he being a little troll. And by the way, when Boosie went out with his rant, I promise you, I thought Lil Nas X said something crazy. Like yeah, do something to Boosie crazy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's why he mad. But then I went back and looked it up. Apparently, the Instagram chat was trolling, and they said, Boosie. He's like, yo, man, I got something crazy coming. It's gonna be a banger. I got a song with Lil Boosie coming out. It's gonna be straight heat. Just playing into the internet troll shit. Boosie saw that, and we know Boosie at 4:30 is some reason looking at Lil Nas X music videos.
Demon time.
At 5:30 in the AM. I don't know why. Because he was very descriptive in that tweet. He might be mad with me. I love Boosie, but I love everybody. I love Nas. I love everybody. I'm a lover of people. Human beings are human beings.
We love Baton Rouge.
Yeah, but he was like, yo, man, the way the man grinding on you, bro. It look like you about to suck him off right now. I don't like that, Lil Nas X. Think of the kids. Think of the kids. And I'm like, bro, it's 5:30 in the morning, bro. He is not doing anything live. Why are you retweeting it? So, of course, like I said, that's the prequel to all this. Randomly, he just random mentioned. The Baby got canceled, and Lil Boosie randomly mentioned Lil Nas X, even though Lil Nas X didn't say nothing about the Baby. Like Elton John then was dissing the Baby. Lil Boosie didn't even mention Elton John. He like, Lil Nas X. I'm like, what did he got to do with this situation? Elton John came out and said the Baby should be done. The Lil Nas X said nothing. Boosie just ran on it.
Quick aside there. Elton John is just a legend, and we don't want to do that. Elton John, Boosie, he don't want to do that. He's a legend. I don't think you clap back at Elton John.
So you say. But all that, the Mike Tyson interview, all that stuff, that's all beforehand. That's the prequel, and that's why I had to give you that little knowledge of why Lil Nas X was mentioned by Boosie, why they was trolling Lil Nas X in the Instagram comments, cause Boosie continuously says his name, therefore they gonna bring up Boosie, therefore he said the little song with the little troll. Boosie basically came on Twitter and said, do not play with me. I am a gangster, little boy. And you are well, he didn't say little boy. He said the F word. And he said, I will end you. You need to do a bad thing to yourself. Because apparently, this small little 10-second rant. Apparently, I put illegal in like the comments on YouTube, and my video got demonetized. And they said it's a bad word. And I'm like, what? YouTube pissed me off. But we love YouTube, but you pissed me off. But yeah, they gonna watch this shit. We're gonna demonetize your whole channel. We love you, YouTube. I just don't understand why the word illegal is demonetizable. Illegal out of every word. Illegal?
Yeah, illegal.
All the cuss words we say. You literally write cuss words in the description. But illegal was too much. Okay. I don't get it. Okay, but he said he should do something bad to himself because nobody loves him. That was a bit extreme for the comment from Lil Nas X. I thought it would have been response to something crazier because I saw that first. But apparently he said that. Then we had a drama. His brother, his dad came in, and then Boosie told his dad that you were upset because your son like that. Don't blame it on him. And it didn't turn the whole Boosie going against the LGBTQ community now. So full blown now. It's not even like a what's it called? Like when you don't mention them, but you mention them. Subtweets. It's just all out now. Full blown war.
Man, at this point, dog, Nas X gonna be the only, because his brother mentioned like, oh, my brothers, you make $800,000 or you're worth $800,000, Boosie. My brother, he's on his way to being a billionaire. He's saying stuff like that. First and foremost, I don't. You got to watch yourself when you start trends. So Lil Nas X doing what he does. He's making X amount of dollars. He is making a lot of money. But we do need to understand that are you really paving the way for people coming after you? Because I'm not seeing it, because a lot of people are looking at it more as a gimmick in a sense. I don't know. That's how it's coming off to me, as a gimmick, money grab. And we talked about on our hip hop show what do we call our hip hop show? Oh, OnlyFans. Oh, my bad, just a fan. Yeah, I mean, I had to shoot some footage today. Yeah, like on Just a Fan, we were talking about that, like, gimmicky stuff here for the moment, but is it something everlasting? I don't know. We'll need more time to tell. If Lil Nas X is paving a way for somebody else to make billions of dollars, that's in his quote unquote shoes. That being said, man, Boosie is like still not canceled, and it's intriguing to me that he's uncancelable, and I think it's because like maybe
well, he's a hood hero.
He gonna always be the hood.
He's not mainstream. Like, his numbers will never do what Drake numbers does, but he will always have that hood fan base. So it's the only way to really get canceled from that. Like, the reason the baby had trouble is called the baby was mainstream. Boosie has never been main. Boosie, what you hear you will never hear Boosie like on the regular radio because his songs are insane. But you'll hear him at every ratchet club you ever go to. Y'all better not find this
now. It's gonna hit in the club amongst black and white people, and also because we keep on making this minority and white people like that's the gray area, but also. Man, some of the Divine Nine, bro, they done took that song, and that's what it is. You know about the Divine Nine, that's you like wipe me down. So, and I don't think they're gonna stop doing that. So, with that being said, yeah, man.
But yeah, like Drake can't do that because Drake got too much money. Like
he can't say the F word ever. Drake can't do it.
Drake is invested in too much business. Boosie got only hood businesses. What they mess with him?
Hold on. What is it? Snack chips? What are they called? Rap snacks.
Yeah, it's some hood business.
That's not at Walmart. You find chips, that bag of chips at the gas station. Go ahead.
Like Kanye got Adidas and Drake got Nikes and all. Well, I don't know if Drake still was doing Nike. All these bigger rappers got like brands. Boosie ain't got no brand. Boosie just stay in the hood and got hood brand. Now he wasn't allowed I don't think he allowed at the Hawks game or something no more, but that come with it. But I think they took his season tickets away. But like I said, that's all they gonna do to him because he's not mainstream. It's only a certain amount of money that Boosie can make because he's not brand friendly. So therefore, his reach is not gonna be as high. And I know somebody in the comments gonna be like, "What you mean Boosie international?" Because Boosie said he international. Boosie only, let's be real, bro. Boosie gonna be loved in the ghettos and hoods everywhere. But let's be honest, the ghetto and hood is not the biggest part of the world. The ghettos.
But I mean, actually, no. I mean, a lot of minorities are in that hood dynamic. So
yeah, but it's not the biggest part of the whole mainstream of America. Drake is gonna sell everywhere.
Yeah.
Drake will be in that suburban home getting played right now.
Yeah.
Live. You don't have to put the headphones on. Like you remember when you was in the 90s and you just wanted to listen to rap music with your real Christian parents, so you just put on like Lil Wayne, just had the headphones on quiet and make sure it's not too loud.
Yeah.
No, Drake can be played loud. You listen to Boosie in that little suburban white boy home, you gotta cut that down. Your parents gonna like, little Johnny is being a rebel. Had to send him to rehab.
Yeah,
and that crowd he'll be canceled for.
I don't even think they at Howard University playing that doing their homework, bro. I don't even think they at Howard or Clark or I don't even think. I think Dion might play it in the locker room, but
he don't play for the news.
Dog.
Every 10 locker room, hey, get the boost out, man. We're gonna play some twerk music though.
I told y'all don't play that down here. I told y'all when they come around, I told y'all turn that off in the locker room.
Yeah, so like I said, man, Drake them can get played anywhere. They have a lot more to lose. They have some Drake, Kendrick, Cole. They got stuff to lose, and plus they not from that dynamic as much anymore.
I'm not playing Cole before a football game. I'm tell you that now.
You ain't gonna play sideline story on J. Cole.
I'm not playing J. Cole before a football game. I might play starter from the bottom. Now we here for Drake. Maybe I can't even think of nothing that. Maybe I'm too sexy now. I could probably do that. Like I might
don't play. I'm too sexy before a football.
If
I know you play wide receiver.
Yeah. I mean, like
giveaway. Y'all don't never get hit.
If I play for Oregon with the new outfit every week, I might play that. I might play that.
Y'all don't get hit that much. I play running back. We get hit every play. Even the play I don't get the ball, block that big old lineman right there. What?
I'll run off and act like I'm going somewhere and be like, bruh, just he's over there running. Yeah. My job is not to block you. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I know you play the tongue, play 2-6. Now I gotta get hyped because I gotta hit this 300-pound Jamie Collins when he come around the corner. I ain't got time to be playing 2-6.
That's
this big giant joker coming. I gotta go. They talking about, it's a read play, so we ain't gonna block the edge, man. So he hit you, let him hit you, so the quarterback can take off. What?
Bro, let me be honest with you, right? So I got, and we'll move on to the next topic. That does have something to do in a sense about this. We're gonna get into Delonte West here in a second. But when I was in college, I got my ears pierced my freshman year. Bruh. I kept my helmet just a little loose because I never got hit head on. That don't happen. It's one of them like side joints, or I'm running out of bounds or something like that. That's typically how I got hit, or I go down quick. But man, I always kind of kept my helmet just a little bit. Where it could just come off just a little bit. Because if it ain't my fault, my helmet came off. Then y'all can see my 2 earrings that I just put in my head, and y'all can see my face. So, when we playing against Manchester colleges of the world and Wabash and whatnot, to all the student body got to see what I was talking about with my 2 earrings in. So yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I was definitely gonna play I'm Too Sexy. And if I had me an old chain that my grandma gave me, y'all was gonna see that bug too. But look, my grandma, she ain't like that, so she ain't give me no gold chain. But yeah, man, definitely that's how I did it.
Man, you trying to block or something, get run through that hole, and then you playing running back, you run the hole. I promise they trying to snatch your chain off. You can't do that. Only DBs and receivers do that, bro. I'm in that hole, man. They trying to hit the ball. They done rip trying to choke me with it. They go the ball. Like, no. By the way, if you never been on the bottom of a dog pile, that's the worst place to be. They will try to break your fingers. They punch you in your gut, just trying to make you fall. By the way, like, people don't know. I'm like, y'all are dirty down here. Quit. Leave me alone. You trying to call the ref real quick?
Yeah, you want that to stop. Blow the whistle, all of that. I don't do that dog pile stuff. If it's a fumble out there because one of my wide receiver homies or the tight end fumble, it ain't too many of us out there, so I might try and get it. And you know me, I'm gonna try and pick it up and run. But that diving on the ball and letting all them people and doing a wide receiver sweep, I ain't. If that ball hit the ground, I'm
running back. You ain't got no choice but to dive because everybody right there in the middle. That's what you got. Well, in our formation, you had 2 receivers and everybody's right here. So we all here. So now I got to figure out how to get through here. So all that stuff. And then I play safety too. So I just blitz all the time. So I'm in there too. So even if I get the ball, even though I'm safety, I mostly play safety. I didn't play running back much. But speaking of sports, so we got 2 people I want to talk about. Well, 3. We got 3, but we're going to talk about 1 right now.
So, a bit of a segue because it's kind of, this is a subject that I wanted to talk about and how unfair it is, and also in the climate that we are in today, especially after Dave Chappelle, he's been getting backlash and whatnot. But Delonte West was down in Florida. I don't know if that's where his rehab is, but we know that Delonte West, man, I feel like we talked about this before. But Delonte West, he had a mental breakdown. I guess he was off drugs, something like that. I think that might have been in Texas or somewhere that had happened. I can't remember. But, Mark Cuban saves the day, puts him in the rehab, blah, blah, blah. I didn't think nothing else of it. He was canoeing and everything when you look up on TMZ. So just this past week, we're seeing that he's on there. Apparently, he had a few open containers with him, allegedly, and then he was knocking on the police station door, and the police folk was like, "Get out of here, leave," instead of maybe trying to find some kind of proper help for him or something like that. They were just being, I feel like, allegedly, they was being condescending of him, blah blah blah, that whole thing. You know what happened when you a brother in America? That just is what it is. But also, so they end up going like, bump it, we told you to leave, so now we're going to arrest you. All right, cool. They do that. During the arrest, he was saying things like he's better than Michael Jordan. He's better than LeBron James. It's clear.
Jesus.
He said he was Jesus. He said he was undercover for the Washington D.C. Police Department because his uncle or dad is the chief of police in Washington D.C. He said a lot of things that would indicate that he was having a meltdown. Something was going on mentally. But he also said dude was trying to check him. He was wearing shorts underneath his jeans or his pants or whatever. And he said the F word, and we're talking in the Boosie realm. He said that he's like, you must be some kind of, or something like that, because dude was touching him or whatever. So the headlines, and I'm having a problem with this. The headlines were, Delonte West uses anti-gay slurs. Y'all started with that. So any headline that you use, you immediately dismiss that something is wrong with him. And your first thing to do was try and garner the clicks of the LGBTQ community, or try and incite rage. And I have a problem with some of y'all outlets. Y'all really want people to read y'all stuff that bad, huh? Or y'all not the only ones that reported this. We all saw this. I'm reporting on it now, and it's days later. But there are people there from all type of outlets, and you decide that your headline is Delonte West uses anti-gay slurs. If he had gone on a show and just started talking bad about gay people and was just going off, that's a good headline. This man was having a mental breakdown. And what you decided to do was make that the headline. As if you didn't make it, Delonte West has a mental health breakdown, and kind of just maybe toss in some of the things that he said in the article. Just say, he said this, he said he was Jesus. He also asked the officer if he was this, that, and the third. You made that the headline. And when I tell you that, people that look like me, men that look like me, man, constantly are under attack. Black man, the first thing they want to do is tear you down. And how do you tear somebody down? You try and pit them against the LGBTQ community, and that's not okay. Should he have used any of that language? Should he have said he was Jesus? That's blasphemous. Put the church community against you. Say you Jesus, that's blasphemous. Then you got some real basketball greats out there. It's like, are you kidding me? Delonte West, you're saying? But if you're dumb enough to hone in on those things that he said, instead of honing in on what the problem is, which is he has issues, I'm not sure what kind of human that you're trying to be. And it's not a good look if you hone in on that stuff. So that's what I got to say on it. And I just wanted to bring that up, man, because I really felt bad for him. And it pissed me off that I saw that was the headline. That's what y'all led with. That shit's not cool. It's not okay, because all people are doing is trying to pit people against each other. And yes, the LGBT community has proved time and time again that they are a powerful force. You don't need to call on that army for a man that is clearly in the middle of a mental breakdown. That's what I got to say.
And by the way, I did this a bunch of times. We talked about it yesterday on Just a Fan. Easy clicks. Not having to put the work in. We mentioned it early in the show with Jada. Jada and Will. They just put the little headline that Jada is unsatisfied with Will in the bed room. The story was talking about a topic that people relate to that was asked, but you just used the headline, which again would go into that mental health for Will and everybody, because you read that, you find it. But it's easy. It's easy bait. It's easy. Do you go with the trend, or you try to be unique and real? I could do that every day on this show. It's so easy just to go out there and just write the most salacious headline. You don't just come out there with it. I get a lot of clicks. I can get millions of views. I could be the next Drum Alert. I could be DJ Academic. It's so easy. It's so easy to title this video right now. Boosie and Delonte West hate gay people, or hate the LGBT. And I guarantee you get view if I title that right now. That how many views you think we'll get?
Easy million. Easy million.
And just have like some devil horns on Delonte West or something. It's easy. It's an easy way to click something. Another straight man hate this community. To be fair, it's also easy to do that with racism. A white man did this with whoever. Easy clickbait. Easy to do. And that's the community we in. By the way, you're not even getting that much entertainment now. Like, entertainment is, you don't have as many funny comedians. You don't have as many, and I mentioned this with Cat Williams on the show. Cat Williams is right, but at the same time, people are scared to because they don't know if it's good, right? Like, I'm scared because I don't want to be Delonte West on a headline, so I have to protect my brand. And now every entertainer I see feels like a robot. They all just come out. Joe, how many times we have seen actors now and actresses, outside the ones with mental health problems, of course, like Kanye and other people, how many of the regular ones we see come out with every time something happens, or every time they talk, is so generic. It's like a generic statement written by a group of writers. Anytime they talk, it's so inauthentic.
Yep.
And now it became celebrities to regular people now. Everyone is like a robot, scared to offend people, even if what they said wasn't offensive. Because somebody might. Chris Pratt has been canceled for a church we don't even know if he still go to. Joe? He went to that church. I read the report. He went to that church in 2016. We don't have a clue if he went back. He was a member in 2016. I have no clue if he went back. Maybe he did. We don't know, but it don't matter. And now people are scared to be themselves, and that's the scariest thing. By the way, prayers for Delonte West. By the way, I want to say this too. In this, that's the main thing. Prayers about Delonte West. That's the main thing. By the way, I want to say this in this prayer for Alec Baldwin. That is the most unfortunate. That's the first time that happened in 26 years? I think The Crow was the last time something like that incident happened with Alec Baldwin. Did you hear about Alec Baldwin?
Yeah. No, I know all about the Alec Baldwin, and I know that it's and I'm not politicizing anything, but there's actually a group of people that's like put Alec Baldwin in jail, but are behind Kyle Rittenhouse, who is going to be having his trial coming up soon. This is a trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, not about the Kenosha shooting. This is about Kyle Rittenhouse. So just know that that's the world we live in now. It's just everything is divisive, everything, and then people create controversy. Alec Baldwin clearly,
he the one that called the police. He's distraught. He got to live with that forever. He's friends with this person. They were joking when it happened. You heard? She said, "You ain't gonna do that." He like, "I'll shoot you," and had a little prop gun and said, "Bow." How many times you have a little play gun that you didn't think had nothing to? Well, not a real gun, but a prop gun or something, and be like, "I'll shoot you." You know what I'm saying? And somebody gave him a live bullet. Not he didn't even do it. Somebody gave him one. Somebody handed him one. That man mental health probably is going through it because this is a person that he's friends with. People he worked with. He hired. Not some random person. That's a tragedy. Prayers for Alec Baldwin. Prayers for the family that lost their loved ones.
Absolutely. Man. Bruh. And even people that I dislike, I can't even imagine killing them. I feel a Goku speech coming on before I would kill somebody. Now imagine it happening because of some stupid freak accident because somebody didn't do their due diligence and say, oh, this one right here has a live round in it. Who's not paying? What? Are you kidding me? This is the most insane, berserk thing. But it is somebody's fault. It is. Somebody said this gun's cool. But in the workplace environment, I don't care who you are. There shouldn't be live guns on set. What do you need it for? For what? So whoever's bringing these props in, why are you bringing in stuff like this? What is wrong with y'all? And now if I was a Trump conspiracy theorist person, Alec Baldwin played President Trump on SNL a lot, and this may have been a plant. But no, I don't believe that. I'm just saying though. I'm sure it's somebody out there. But yeah, man, prayers up for that, for all families, everybody involved. At this point, it's like, damn, that movie. At this point, I can't do a movie. Not in the same set, at least. Like, I shot somebody. I couldn't do it. Couldn't live with it, bruh.
And let's end a little happy. We got, well, they might not be happy because they going through it right now, but we got 2 stars we got to talk about. RUSS is struggling right now in LA. He had one good, he putting up them triple doubles, but he also averaging like 9 turnovers. It's going crazy. I'm like, and they lost a 26-point lead. Shout out to Melo for giving them that first win by playing amazing.
Yep.
Then I think they got a second win and RUSS just went crazy. But other than that, they really ain't been cohesive enough because, again, you got 3-point guards. To the point RUSS want to fight people. He is upset right now. He's out here getting kicked out of games. That frustration coming. And he's not the only star frustrated. James Harden is frustrated with the new fouling rule.
Yeah.
He is very frustrated. In 5-6 games, he only shot 15 free throws. He's shooting like 30%. He's averaging like 17 points a game now. I want to say 17. I want to say 14. But he's averaging 17 points a game. He's nowhere near as prolific.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, James. A lot of these, they ain't calling that shit no more, because that's bullshit you do.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the 2 legends, all-time 75 all-time player list?
Shout out to somebody saying I think there was a Damian Lillard, something to do with him and Clay about that 75 anniversary list, but that's so cool. That's all right. So my first thoughts is on RUSS. RUSS, bruh, damn them unwritten rules that no, you ought to be taking that out on yourself, because no, you brought up the fact that he has a triple double and you brought up that he averages 9 turnovers. No, he actually had a quadruple double last night. He had 10 turnovers. He actually did the craziest quadruple double I've ever seen in my life. Like, take that out on you. That's 10 turnovers. If they scored every time, that's 20 points. And that's enough to bring you back from a 26-point deficit, isn't it, Hunzel? If my math is correct, especially when maybe you got fouled on a couple of those and got some N1s, maybe a couple of threes came on a couple of those possessions. You dropped a 26, and you're going to be mad at the young man. We are expected to go 0-82 if I'm the Thunder coach. I don't even know who their coach is, but their best player is Shai Gilgeous. He one of them boys with 3-4 names. Shai Alexander Gilgeous. Shai, whatever. That's their man. That's their guy. And this other kid, Basil, puts up 20, 22, 24 some points, whatever. I'm a young team. Why would I not celebrate that? And let me get that last little turnover because y'all was being careless. Yeah, I'm gonna dunk that. Bump that. Y'all expect nothing from us. We came all the way back. I'm gonna be excited about it. I'm dunking. So I have no problem with him doing that. Russ, in this situation, one person needs to grow up, and it's you. So I'm gonna leave it at that because I didn't like that. That was not cool. And you want to jump at him and swim your arms and stuff. But what did you do to help win other than give the game away? So go on about your business. And when it comes to James Harden, they let you get away with something for about 10 years, huh? Now you can't do it no more. Remember back in the day, the DBs, they oppress you and they could put their hands on you all through. Then they stopped doing that, and now people is breaking passing records. You're getting exposed for you was taking advantage of the rules instead of playing basketball. So that's what happens. So we'll see if he can adjust. I think he can. I think he's still a good scorer. But it's just you can't average 30 something a night off of 19 free throws. You can't you go 19 for 19. Like now we seeing what you really made of as far as a score. Y'all call him a great scorer, but now we finding out that without those free throws, are you a great scorer? So we finding that out now. Shout out to that step back. I like that step back. It's always been. He didn't need for that.
Yeah, some people said it's leg injuries. I don't know. To me, like when I watch him play, it's that same dribble, throw up some weird shot, and nobody called, and you look at the ref, and I'm like, bro, they told you they ain't calling that more. By the way, they never called it in the playoffs when you get to the quarterfinals, and you struggled all them too. So,
good point. In the regular season, they cut it out. Now, and just in the playoffs, they already was, and they exposed him in the play. They exposed him in the playoffs every year. So, yes, sir, you're right. You wanted something.
And we're not saying I'm not saying he's not a great scorer. He is a great scorer, but he depends on something so much that when you take it away, he kind of ineffective now. Especially if you've been doing it for long. He's been doing it dribble, drive. I'm like, bro, pass the ball, dribble. It's the same dribble too. It's this right. I'm like, this Kyrie dribble for 30 seconds. He doing some cool stuff.
No, going to that left, looking for somebody. And as you get older, you realize when you drive to the basket, you're not like that no more. You know what I'm saying? And he was getting those fouls off of going to the basket, but he was getting them off of jump shots. Now going in that paint, fatigue could have something to do with that. Because if you're gonna get fouled, they're gonna foul you down there. So, yeah, man. But we'll see. It's a long season, man. You know these hot takes.
But by the way, I'm noticing this year they dunking on y'all now.
They are.
That boy from Houston. That boy from Houston dunking on everybody. Jalen Green said, "I don't care what this is. They let me be physical." Oh. Davion Mitchell. My boy said they letting us be physical. It was locked down. He gave Donovan Mitchell. Boy, I'm like, these Ricky said, I like this.
Man, these kids is coming in there off of that Fortnite. I mean, let's not forget. We just saw Zion Williams. He was wearing an anime outfit. Naruto, what stretchy boy, One Piece. Goku, he had a whole outfit with that. You think that boy ain't coming to the league with the heart of the cards, bro?
Ja Morant dunk. I'm like, they said y'all don't call foul. Don't worry. We ain't even gonna try to get it. We ain't gonna try to do that no more. Don't worry about it. We dunking on y'all again. I'm like, yes, I miss this.
This is a young boys league.
I miss people dunking on people.
Like, forget about that being a savvy basketball player. What about me just being more athletic than you? Did you forget about that? Did y'all forget that was a part of the game, being athletic?
So Jalen Green said, I'm a dog. And I'm like, I'm here for it. I
love it.
Zach LaVine kind of showing out a little bit. I'm like, okay. Yo, unfortunately, the Pacers, who is a finesse team with Sabonis, they kind of look like they don't like it, Joe.
They supposed to be good at defense. That's supposed to be their calling card. And they supposed to be that hardworking team. But I don't know what's going on with them. Me and my grandma ain't much talked about them. We've been going on about our business. We ain't said nothing about the Pacers. I didn't think they would be that great this year, but Miles being a finesse player that he is, He's got to learn this year. This year, you got to put up or shut up. You got to act. You got to watch Joel Embiid, and you got to take that mentality.
Man, Doc out here saying, we don't have no playmaker. I'm like, I think he begging Ben Simmons to come back. Hey, we ain't got no playmaker on the court with Embiid knee hurt. He can't walk. This is why we didn't trade our All-Star. Ben, please come back. I'm like, see, y'all thought I was playing. Everybody like, they should trade him for a bag of Skittles. When Embiid didn't play the other day, they look like trash, and that's why you need that. By the way, if you don't know, people be like, "Oh, Ben ain't up." When Ben don't play with Embiid, his record like 65%. So that's all. Yeah, I know y'all mad at him. I know y'all call him a baby. I called him a baby too. But when he tries to play and try to score and don't have that little mental playoff block, he a hooper. Matter of fact, even when he was in the playoffs against Atlanta, he had a plus rating. Because he was, I think I saw it when he played Trae Young, when he was in the game on Trae, I think Trae was shooting 28%. When he was out, Trae was shooting like 65.
Can't wait for him to go sit down.
So
can't wait to go sit down. I do that on 2K. I can't wait for Ben to go to the bench. So now I can really dominate.
Yeah, so everybody be like, "Oh, he a baby." It's a reason why they want to keep him, bro. Hey.
Hope he's snapping out of it.
Yo, man, and by the way, I was gonna do a special on that, and I'm probably still am.
Knowing you.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it sooner or later. He'll be back for the first game, and I'll probably put it out when his first game back comes. But I can mention that too. It's either one of three things that we talked about. He either using that mental health as a way to piss him off and keep his money. Or he realized they had a standstill. He's not in shape, and he really don't want to play. He trying to psych himself out to play. Cause he's like, "Yo, man, they ain't gonna trade me. They're more hard headed." He like, "Man, we'll be here 4 years." He's like, "Let me just get in shape and mentally ready to play with these dudes I really don't like." Or it could be the third option, and really, that pressure got to him. He realized having a mental health thing, he really need therapy. I can't tell. I'm not God, and so that's a constant theme with this show. I'm not God, so I can't tell you which one it is. It's one of those three. I know that much.
Yeah.
It's either he's playing this just to get away, or he done realize that he ain't getting away, and now he gotta like get in basketball shape and be ready to play with these people he don't like. And he like, or it's the third one. And the only reason I give the third one credence is because after he spoke to the team, they came out and defended him hard. And I like, what did he tell y'all? Like, that man even got the microphone and said, "Ben's my brother. We rock with Ben." And B did it. I'm like, what did he say in his speech, dog? You went from 2 days ago, "I don't care about that man," to "he's my brother." He might have told y'all some real shit. Maybe he did. Maybe he felt pressure. Like, "Yo, bro, my mental been bad. I ain't played like I was supposed to." And
let's be real there. If you don't mind, let me take a second to be real. That's a tough thing. You did make a mistake.
And everybody, bro, it was a million videos on you, dog. I did too. And I hate doing deja vu videos. That's why I hate doing this video. But I'm here because we gotta go to work.
We know that you hate Doc Rivers, and to kind of, in a sense, being kind of helping your case, like, but I mean, that's a tough thing to go through. Like, everybody think that just because, man, I came up with the 90s hoopers, you know what I'm saying? They cocky, man. Shout out to them right now. It's a couple of the NBA players that I know right now that's still cocky as hell. The OGs. And it is what it is, but your mental is different. But I'm telling you, these kids is coming from the Call of Duty age and playing online and chilling and stuff, man. You lose a game, you just hear somebody in your headset talking crazy. But you lose a game playing for Philadelphia and playing like how you playing after teasing people, making it seem like you a heck of a shooter in them summer practices, man, that city gonna come see you about that, man. Because you bring them joy. But at the same time, you brought them a heartache, because they thought that you were more than what you shown, and they believe in you. That's why they was harsh on you. And maybe he should take that as because they believe in you, Ben. They was mad at you because you didn't show up.
But I ain't gonna lie.
Take it that way.
But at the same time, going his comments when he shooting his jump shot and like 500 and you got like 3,000 comments about I'm gonna kill you. It's kind of hard. Bro, I'm just out here shooting the basketball, bro. Talking about I'm getting ready for the season. If you been,
he don't. My thing is this, bro. You ain't got no real pressure on you, bro. Just do what you do. You just do what you do. Well, everybody,
I think that's how it's been for a long time. But then after that game 6, I think Doc and Embiid might throw him a little bit on the bus, and then that pressure really. And by the way, y'all don't know if y'all new here, I blame Doc for the whole situation because in the Wizards series, I'm gonna say it again. In the Wizards series, he told me Ben ain't gotta shoot, and I said you a dumbass. Yes, he do gotta shoot. And then when Ben didn't shoot, oh, Ben's fault. No, you just said he ain't gotta shoot the ball. You can't take it back now. That was 10 days ago. You just said 10 days ago he ain't gotta shoot. Now you throwing me under the bus. See, that's what. See, this what. See, I'm telling you, Josh Smith told y'all.
Daryl Morey put something in Doc Rivers' head, but he got to cussing him out at the crib. He went in the Rich Paul crib and told him about himself.
Probably right. Oh yeah, he cussed Rich Paul out. But yeah, I mean, y'all know Josh Smith told y'all about Doc. It's always the player's fault. Somehow you lose. You the only consistency. You done lost the most 3-1 leads. You done lost the most 20-point lead. All of them with different teams. You lost 3-1 lead with Orlando. You lost a 3-1 lead with Boston. You lost a 3-1 lead with Philly. You lost a 3-1 lead with the Clippers. You lost a 20-point lead with every one of them. You lost a 20-point lead with Tracy McGrady, Embiid, Chris Paul, the Celtics with the big 3. You done lost. So all of a sudden, you the only coach to do all these losing on these weird conditions. Yeah, it's always somehow it's a player on your team fault when it happens. But you the only consistency.
I'm not gonna talk bad about him because I want Kwame. I want Kwame to get on me about talking down on black coaches. I just want to say that
not good. He ain't going nowhere. Defend Mark Cuban. I mean, not Mark Cuban, Mark Jackson.
That's my next thing I was going to say. Mark Jackson. I don't think he would have dropped any 3-1 lead, so I'm just leave that there.
Yeah, Doc good. Doc gonna keep getting a job. Doc got fired and got hired the next day. He good in the league. He one of them coaches that done got good with all the owners. So yeah, he good. We can diss him. All right. Any last word, Unico, before we got it.
A lot going on, man. We got a fashion show. I'm hosting a fashion show this coming Saturday. That'll be October 30th. If you in
Joe.
If you in it, man, I ain't blogging. I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta see, man. I'm trying to get my creative spirit and all that stuff back up, man. It's just so much going on. I just wish that y'all would like and subscribe and tell your friends so I can stop working every day and stressing myself out so I can keep on making content for you. Because I show out, man. And when I'm at 100%, man, we have a good time. So I just definitely don't want to force anything. I want to get to a point where that I can just have a good time. And I always have a good time. Shout out to our CEO, Zell May, man, for always keeping it and making sure that I'm in good spirits before we do anything. And very accommodating because my schedule isn't always great, but if we don't got nothing else, the one constant, you only as good as the head, man. So shout out to you, man. I appreciate everything that you do, man. Doc Rivers for life. We're gonna make a bet one day and I'm gonna try and win it. And you got to get Doc Rivers tattooed on you somewhere if I win. That's what I would want.
If it's about Doc Rivers winning, I'm winning it.
I gotta find some kind of like thing where you just know you're gonna win and I somehow pull it off.
Not with Doc.
You get tattooed on your neck right
One
here.
thing I know is I can count on Doc to mess up.
That's all I got, man. Go ahead, take us up out of here, man. Have a good week, y'all.
Yeah. By the way, same thing with me with Joe. I'm working on some video editing techniques that I'm gonna use for the Zell theory and the What's New 99. So I'm trying to figure out some stuff, and I'm doing new stuff, new editing techniques to keep y'all interested, keep y'all watching the videos for a long time. Y'all, I know y'all see all the new stuff with 3D images and all that on Just a Fan and Backseat Gaming and all that. Man Cave? We got all the backseat. We got this little cool thing down here. But we're gonna do some more cool. These podcasts is not gonna be super edited like that. That's why I give y'all a little imagery behind. But I'm gonna do shorter shows. I'm gonna do probably Ben Simmons got gonna have a little trolling stuff, all kind of little fun stuff I'm gonna add to the channel. And I'm gonna do stuff my way. Because like we said, we can easily get views by just going out there and just me titling it right now. Delonte West and Boosie hates the LGBT community, and it's gonna get a lot of views. But I'm not doing it because I'm not a sellout. So, but we're gonna talk about it because it's what's trending. And like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the content. Cause man caves have been amazing. Just the fans have been so fun. Yeah. I didn't do backseat gaming this week because it like a lot of people had issues. Like my man Mario, his computer like motherboard just blew up or something. Mina had a subathon. Bree she just not getting back into content creation this week, so she just back streaming, and people got a lot of stuff to do. So I was I was busy trying to learn this new technique and been reading to get my creativity up. So there's a lot of stuff. So I know we didn't have backseat gaming this week, or what's the trend last week, but I'm learning new stuff. So make the videos, make the content better. So as you saw last time I took a break, we started ending up with a bunch of new stuff. So we got like 3 new shows, Joe. So, even though this is not really a break, it just me took 2 shows off because plus last week didn't have no news. I don't even know what happened last week, Joe. We would have talked about Ben Simmons the whole time.
You would have talked about Ben Simmons, but that's where we got my show. Do you hear me with Unico Williams, where I should step up and make sure I do my show. But it's all good, man. We're gonna make it happen, man. But man, we appreciate y'all listening, man. And say your little line that you like to say.
What you mean? You want me to tell them to keep stopping?
Yeah, and say something relevant to what we've been talking about, and then I pull this one out your ass, man. Come on.
Yeah, man, you got to keep stomping. Why? Because one day you might date a woman. Real talk. You listening right now. I know it seems impossible. You might actually go on a date. And you know how to survive dating in 2021? Go and watch Man Cave this week. And it'll show you how to get a date. And then once you get a date, you might actually like her. But then you don't. Go watch Man Cave again, and I'll tell you what to do with that. And then you break up with her. And then go watch Man Cave one more time from this last week. And then you know what to do then. And then you will find the love of your life, and something amazing can actually happen, Unico. Do you believe, my brother?
I do believe that something amazing will happen based on advice that I get from Tori. So absolutely.
Yeah, Tori would tell you to take acid and life would be good.
Take acid and something amazing to happen. Yeah. Peace.
We did not get a church amen. I couldn't get. I tried to get amen. I couldn't get. All right, Pete.